Hello and hello. How you guys doing? Look at this. I don't know what just happened. 5 things in Germany that confuse Americans. You see how I was just confused? It's like that. The German things, not random whatever just happened. Like how you don't have a kitchen and you have to move your kitchen when you move. That would confuse the fuck out of me. Anyway, Connor's Cafe. Dude has almost 1 million subscribers. Wow. 5 things in Germany that confuse Americans. Let's do it. Check them out. Link down below.
Air conditioning. Air conditioning.
Air conditioning confuses you? That's weird. If you're American, that's weird.
You're not gonna find it. Germany has these things called Autobahns, no speed limits. But when you get near a city, Blitzer!
I like the way that's phrased. They have these things called Autobahns. I have never thought of the Autobahn as like a thing. These things called Autobahns. Why haven't we invented these things in America yet?
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Connor Sullivan and Sal Nasida. We are Americans living in Germany and we have 5 things that you need to know.
This is why Germans hate Americans, isn't it?
Before visiting
They act like this on the subway.
this country because they could save your life. Make sure to watch to the end because the very last one, you're gonna die if you don't do this.
Literally, you could die if you don't know these.
Seriously, the traffic laws.
Don't tell them that yet. Just beep that out. Yes.
We didn't know these before we came here and we learned the hard way.
Yes.
Hopefully you learned something. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we'll be traveling the world. Hopefully you like the video. Back to the video. 5 things you need to know before you visit Germany. Number 1, and I learned this the hard way when I got here last year. Sunday. Grocery stores are closed. You cannot buy food. This is crazy because in America, Target, Trader Joe's, Ralph's, Kroger, wherever you live, it's always open. If I'm hungry like at midnight, I can always find something to eat. If I'm hungry on Sunday, I can always get some burgers or something like that. But here, you go there, you cannot buy food. You have to go on Saturday.
Yes, you have to go on Saturday. And here's the interesting.
That's like the most, I mean, that's 101, guys. That would have been shocking to me 2 years ago. But, you know, I'm a very advanced American reacting to German person. So, yeah. Closed on Sunday. Yeah.
You're going to need to go on Saturdays, and there's also going to be a ton of people in line on Saturdays.
Especially at right when the store's closing, it's just packed.
Yes.
So go early.
Especially all the pensioners that love to go on Saturdays for no apparent reason, even though they're off all week. Right? Right? Am I right?
Early on Saturday,
Also,
or even Friday if you're smart enough.
Also on holidays, everything is closed.
Yes.
And it's hilarious because the day before a holiday in Germany, you go into the store and it is like the apocalypse is coming.
Pretty much.
Germans just in line fighting over the last water bottle.
And you have to be careful of this. If you have a Sunday and then a holiday on Monday, it's closed 2 days in a row and you are not eating unless you go to the gas station and buy like those little beefy hot dogs.
Yeah,
Number 2 though, Blitzers!
You know, it's sort of interesting that, I mean, this is extremely, like, lame, what I'm even about to say. But when I think about that, you know, like, things are closed on Sunday, so you have to go on Saturday. You have a massive rush on Saturday. It's interesting to me to think about how that affects, like, okay, so now you have to have, for example, a parking lot that's big enough to handle that capacity that you've created kind of artificially by closing everything on Sunday. So now you have this big rush on Saturday. And you need the parking lot to be big enough for the biggest rush. Now, you guys have less of a car culture in Germany, of course, which is what I'm thinking right now. So maybe that's not as big of a dealio. At least the car aspect of it. It's an interesting reason why, you know, like, a problem. I'm not even, like, super anti-car culture. Like, a lot of Europeans hate American car culture. Germans less so, just because Germans love cars. Americans love German cars, by the way. I don't even know what I'm rambling about at this point. But my point is just that the thing about car culture, one of the worst things about it is parking. In general, parking. If everybody comes in a car, then everybody needs a parking spot. And that can be the freaking disaster. Especially in a city. It's a disaster. Parking sucks.
I'm not even kidding, dude. This peed me off. Yeah, this made me very upset because in America, You're speeding, whatever. You can kind
Wait, what? What are they even talking about? Did I miss something? Did I ramble over something?
unless you go to the gas station and buy like those little beefy hot dogs.
Yeah.
Number 2 though, blitzers. I'm not even kidding, dude. This peed me off.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, this made me very upset because in America,
Oh, it's the tickets you get in the mail for speeding. They're called blitzers. The cameras are called blitzers.
you're speeding, whatever. You can kind of do it because you can see cops, and only cops can pull you over and give you a speeding ticket.
In fact, you know what that reminds me of? Germans might be surprised to know that, like, or maybe you wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, but you might be surprised to know that that a lot of the apps for maps, like Apple Maps, and especially this one called Waze, I think, they will warn you if police are like up ahead, like doing a speed check. Even Apple Maps will do that. It's kind of funny. It'll be like, yo, just so you know, there's a cop up ahead doing a speed check, so you might want to slow down. It almost feels illegal that it does that, but it does do that. So yeah, you can pretty easily get away with speeding here in America. You can even just, I mean, if you're on a long stretch of road, like here in Indiana, it's very flat, so you can see like a mile ahead. If there's no cops in front of you and no cops behind you, I'm not saying that you should speed, but there's nothing stopping you.
All right, so we break the law a little bit. I do it definitely on the freeway. There's no cops. I'm going over the speed limit. But in Germany and greater Europe area, Italy is the same, France is the same. If you are going over the speed limit, they have these little boxes like that sit on the side of the road, and if you're going 5 to 10 miles per hour over, you don't really know. If you're going 5, all right, well, let me explain it first. Okay. If you're going 5 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, these things will flash you, get your license plate. Even if you rented the car, send it back to the rental car company, and they'll give you a ticket 3 months later. And obviously,
It sucks because sometimes you just want to speed for like a couple seconds just to pass something. Like, I don't know, if you're trying to pass like a large truck and you don't want to just slowly pass it because it feels kind of dangerous, or it's like a kind of a narrow lane, you kick it into high gear, especially with your German car. Throw it into high gear, whatever you guys do on the manual cars. Hit the clutch and then let go of the clutch. I forget. Anyway, you pass the car fast. And it would suck for a camera to just be like, oh, you were speeding for 3 seconds. But then again, you guys have the Autobahn. So that evens it out, I think.
price goes up the longer you wait. I spent like 800 euros on speeding tickets. Dumb. This is what happens. You're on the freeway, you're like, oh, there's no cops, I'm good.
Do you see the flash?
Do not let a blitzer do that to you. I want to save your life. Make sure you see the speed limit, and if you don't know the speed limit and you're feeling like you want to break the law a little bit, if you are going faster than the people that live in the country you are in, then you deserve a speeding ticket if you get one. Do not be deceived. Germany has these things called Autobahns, no speed limits, but when you get near a city, blitzers everywhere.
Right. And it drops pretty fast. Like you're going from unlimited speed to like 30
I'm not even
miles per hour.
kidding. They try to get you. Like there'll be a
Some cops will do that here in America. It's annoying as hell. Just where the speed limit drops, 30 miles per hour, they'll sit and camp out right there.
speed limit, no speed limit. Then it'll go from 120 to like 30 within 10 seconds. And then the blitzer's right there at the edge. It's like, bro. 3. Interesting, I had no idea. You have to pay for bathrooms here. Is that
They
what?
have no idea? Dude, I thought everybody knew that about Europe in general. Even as a kid, I knew that, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to, like, diss this guy or anything, but I just thought that was common knowledge.
That is weird. And I honestly am going to be completely honest. Honestly, I will pee on the side of the road before I pee in the bathroom. Now, if I have to go to reduce, that's a different story, and
It might be worth 50
I'll have
cents.
to pay. But it's still hard for me to cough up change when I have to go to the bathroom because I've never done that.
I still think, I mean, it's a little ironic to me that Europeans are always telling me that they like it this way, because, like, this is the most socialist thing about America, guys. This is like communism as far as peeing and pooping. You don't have to pay. It's free. Everybody needs to pee. Everybody needs to poop. Whether you're poor, you're rich, you can pee in the potty. Anytime, anywhere. I think that's great. That's why they call me Comrade Ryan. Actually, you guys finally stopped calling me that. So I should not have brought that up.
For my life.
It's usually like 50 cents or €1. But keep in mind, for those people who are used to paying for bathrooms, we grew up in a country where you do not pay for bathrooms ever. Not one time in our life have we said, we need to go to the bathroom, here's money for it.
Right.
So that's the reason why it's weird if you are from a country.
Why? What is this text on here? So I'm supposed to be listening and reading this other, like... We understand that it helps to keep the bathroom clean, and the U.S. public bathrooms are sometimes dirty. Right, yeah, yeah, of course, yes. Oh my God, yes, of course I understand. Guess what, though? Guess what? You know what? I'm gonna be real. The U.S. public bathrooms are clean enough. They're not that dirty. With that said, you can absolutely find a rancid one once in a while. Absolutely abhorrent. And if you paid to go in there, you'd be pissed. No pun intended. But for the most part, you know what I mean? 2 standard deviations out. They're perfectly fine. They're perfectly fine. Especially if you're in a restaurant. If you're in a restaurant and it's not a shithole, the bathroom's going to be great. It's going to be perfect. Other than, okay, now you still have to contend with the fact that there's gaps in the stall so everyone can see you peeing and pooping if you're a sitz pissler. All right, I'm moving on.
Like ours, it'll be different.
Right.
Carry change around, pay for the bathroom.
Yes.
Number 4, air conditioning.
99% of people in Germany do not have air conditioning in their house. And I do know why.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Why? Because only
It doesn't get as hot there. That's one reason. And their houses are way better insulated.
like 2 months of the year do Germans actually kind of need air conditioning, because only 2 months of the year it's hot enough to where they would
And their windows are so badass that, you know, that helps.
need it. And so they have all these little special techniques of keeping it cool without having to have an air conditioning.
But they do have air conditioning in hotels, I've heard.
I think they do.
But in normal family houses, no AC. They do have like the heating wood stoves that heat their house up in the winter.
Right.
No.
Okay. Yes, they do have heating. That's a little different.
AC, they do have heaters. Make sure you check with the hotel.
And it's not all wood stoves. Some are. I know some still use the wooden pellets.
See if they have
Which
it.
is kind of like ancient feeling to me. You know what I mean? That is a bit of a culture shock.
All right, we made it to the part that will save your life. It's very important actually because it has to do with you and the traffic laws. The first one, this is gonna be a few part points. The very first one, if you're on the Autobahn and you're not going over 200 miles per hour, get out of the left lane.
You have to get out of the left lane regardless if you're not passing somebody. Oh my gosh. Hey. He's trying. He's working on it.
The left lane is only for people who are exceptionally fast. And if you are in the way of those people, they could run into you. You could cause an accident. I learned this the hard way because I'm just driving along. Oh, I want to go fast. And these people with better cars than me, I have to let go of my ego. I was in a little teeny car like, screw these guys. I want to go fast. They have Audi freaking 300 horsepower cars. They are going...
Right.
Yeah.
It's honestly terrifying because the first time I was driving on the left-hand lane, I looked in the rearview mirror, no one was behind me, and then I saw a little car that was like really far away. And
Why were you driving in the left lane? Maybe he was passing somebody.
I like looked back for like 4 seconds. I looked back in the rearview mirror, it was like 4 feet from me, like
Yeah.
I can imagine you guys get pissed, don't you? I just know. I know it. Because I know you guys even get pissed if someone doesn't use the separator at the frickin' grocery store. You know, between your stuff. If you don't put the separator down. Germans will get pissed. So I can only imagine. If you're sitting in the left lane, oh my god. And you're blocking them, and they have to slow down. Oh, you better watch out.
Race on.
This is why you guys don't have the right to bear arms, right? That's why, because everybody would be dead while driving.
The freeway. And the rule that you should adhere to, if you can, is if there's nobody in front of you that you have to pass, you should always be to the very far right. That's what Germans
And because you guys don't want gun violence, that too, I know.
do. They're the very far right lane. If somebody's going slower than you, then you can move to the left and you only pass on the left. This is the second part. only pass on the left. If you pass on the right, you could also cause an accident because Germans are used to being able to pull over and having nobody on their right-hand side. It's actually very smart, and it makes traffic go a little bit smoother.
Yes.
I think
It is interesting. That is interesting because in America, that's not even a thought. That you can just like, if you're passing someone, that you can just get back over without checking. Because in theory, that lane's going slower. So no one should ever, you know, appear there. That's not how it is here in America. You always check your blind spot and be very sure no one's coming. And so and someone very well might be passing you on the right, you know? So it's, you know, exactly like if you're looking in at your left lane, like, oh, is there a car going real fast? They might be 100 meters back, but they're going real fast, so I'm going to wait for them to pass. You got to do that here in America on your right. Because people just use any lane however they see fit here in America.
Americans should implement this too. It could save your life. Just get over to the...
Well, I mean, the thing is, we do have signs, for example, on the highway that say, only pass on the left, you know? Like, there are laws about that type of thing. Just nobody... It's not enforced. And most... Well, I don't want to exaggerate the issue. I do not want to exaggerate the issue. Most people do understand that you're supposed to drive on the right unless you're passing. They're just very lax about it. Like, if you pass someone in the left lane, they're not in a hurry to then get back over in the right lane. If they've got a left turn coming up in 3 miles, they're not in a hurry to get back. They're not going to go back in the right lane. They're just going to sit in the left lane, you know? They're just very relaxed about that rule. And some people don't even know it exists. I mean, that's legit just stupid, but some people do not know that rule exists. But most people are aware. And people will get mad. If you're just driving slow in the left lane on the highway, people will get pissed at you here in America. They'll ride up on your ass and honk, you know? So I don't want to make it seem like it's just no one's ever heard of, you know, passing on the left here in America. It's just not... It's not enforced nearly as much.
Right-hand side, make sure you're paying attention. Watch out for blitzers. And that's all. Those are 5 things. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope that you also learned something. Like I said before, I am somebody who was...
I did like that video. It was very intense. It felt very American in that way, didn't it? Like, rah, yeah, this is what's up about Germany. We call it Luften. Yes. That was fun. I thought it was fun. I see this video has like a lot of downvotes. But whatever. I thought it was pretty fun. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.